Hello there friends, Seasons Live here. In today's video, many roster changes, including possibly the Mongolz. Valve is trying to tease us again, PGL's new rules and the major quarterfinals. Plus a ton of other exciting news from the world of CS2, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. Let's start with something truly unexpected. Kjaerbye recently announced on his social media that he is now pursuing a career as a massage therapist and is currently looking for a specialized clinic in Copenhagen to offer his services. In case you forgot, Kjaerbye was a key player in Astralis' victory at the E-League Major 2017 and he also earned the MVP title there. However, his career took a sharp turn after he made what many consider his biggest mistake, leaving Astralis for North in a controversial move driven by a higher salary. So after leaving Astralis, his performance never quite reached the same heights. While at North, he managed to win 3 DreamHack tournaments, and that's basically all. Later, he joined Faze clan, where he claimed victory at IEM New York, and in March 2021, Kjaerbye left Faze to join Hyenas, but his time there yielded no significant achievements. Then he went to briefly play for Endpoint and GG in China, before ultimately stepping away from Esports entirely to retrain as a massage therapist. I mean, he could have been anyone, but massage therapist? Well, okay, just good luck, Kjaerbye. Since we've brought up Astralis, let's keep the focus on them. The org recently announced on Twitter that starting next year, Device will officially return to the active roster. And this took many insiders and analysts by surprise, especially considering that less than a month ago, Device stated that he was stepping back from competitive CS to focus on his mental health. Pimp weighed in the situation, saying that this is likely the last chance for both Astralis and Device to stabilize their lineup without any sudden roster changes. Pimp said that it's unacceptable for a player to leave mid-season as it disrupts the team's dynamic. Meanwhile, Nell criticized the decision, arguing that it's too early and that Device hasn't fully recovered. So the announcement is basically premature. For context, right before the RMRs, Device announced his indefinite departure from Astralis to focus on mental well-being. In our previous video we talked about Falcons being interested in Device, but I guess it's not happening. By the way guys, if you want to get all the breaking news ASAP, you should follow our Twitter. The link is in the description, do it now. And also hit the like button. And guys, since we're already on the topic of roster moves, let's talk about Virtus.Pro. Following a disappointing performance at the Major, the team decided to make changes and they started with Kjaerbye, who was benched. The former captain of VP was the last remaining player of the original Avantgarde lineup, which Virtus.Pro signed back in 2019. And many pro players and media figures sided with Kjaerbye on this decision. For instance, NataSFX believes that if Kjaerbye gets the chance to build a roster on his own, he could create an incredibly strong team. James Banks referred to Kjaerbye's benching as the end of an era for Virtus.Pro, predicting even tougher times ahead. But for example, on the other hand, Thorin argued that VP's struggles stem from Kjaerbye's inability to adapt as a captain to the CS2 meta. Meanwhile, Overdrive confidently stated that this won't be the only roster change for Virtus.Pro. As for Kjaerbye himself, he's just chilling right now. He also admitted that he's unsure of what lies ahead. He joked about potentially becoming a streamer for the org, a coach for the academy team, or even an insider, though the last one seems to be a playful jab. During a live stream, someone asked him if he might join Fnatic, to which he replied that he doesn't know. Not a clear no. Well, you get it. But here, the biggest obstacle for Kjaerbye is his contract with Virtus.Pro, which runs until 2027. Unless a team is willing to buy out his contract, he may be stuck on the bench for the next 2 or 3 years. Fortunately though, Virtus.Pro's CEO Nikolai Petrosyan stated that Kjaerbye will receive his full salary, as is stated in the contract. No cuts, no limitations. Kjaerbye also expressed his gratitude to all the players and the staff at Virtus.Pro for their support and everything he experienced during his time with the team. A classy farewell from a player who's been a cornerstone of the org. I just hope that Kjaerbye will find something new and something cool. Next on the roster changes list is Ninjas in Pyjamas. The team has benched Maxter, who hadn't played with the roster for over 2 months. Maxter joined an IP from the academy team team, as did many of other current players, by the way. So now the roster consists of 4 active players and 3 benched: Config, Alex and Maxter. It seems likely that Yokap from Young Ninjas will step into the main lineup. He's already played with the primary roster during the Armors, as well as events like Yala Compass, Thunder Pick and Svenska Cup. However, still no official announcements. Interestingly enough, a former coach of NIP previously claimed that the situation wouldn't result in Maxter being benched, but I guess it didn't happen. Fnatic is another team making changes after a disappointing performance at the Major. The org announced the departure of their coach, Keita, who had been with the team for 3 years. To recap, Fnatic did manage to qualify for the Major's opening stage, but their performance was abysmal, resulting in an early exit with a 0-3. They even lost to Rare Atom from China, which ruined a lot of pick'ems, to be honest. And I think this is not the last change Fnatic will face, but it will be interesting to see what will happen. Now, my guys, let's move to North America, where roster changes are also in full swing. Here, Complexity were the first to make moves, benching Floppy and parting ways with the assistant coach James. This decision comes after a lackluster performance at the Major and inconsistent results. Interestingly, it's first roster change for Complexity since July 2023. But what makes this even more surprising is that just earlier this year, Floppy, Grim and JT signed multi-year contracts with the org. Still, Floppy has been moved to the bench. So now the fans are curious about what's next for the roster. There have been also rumors swirling about Elige, who could potentially leave the team. And you guys just wouldn't believe it. So see, Thorin, I know, he recently hinted, but earlier this season, before Navi's resurgence, Elige allegedly approached them with an offer to replace Ime. However, Blade reportedly declined any roster changes at the time. But guys, I mean, just imagine Elige playing instead of Ime with this Navi roster. It's kinda insane. But honestly, I don't really think that Elige is better than Ime. I respect both, but Ime just seems fitting. And for now, the best option for Elige is just to go back to Liquid. At least that's what I think. And yeah, anyways, for now Elige stays with Complexity. Now my friends, just hear this one. Rumors are swirling that the Mongolz might lose one of their players. According to Overdrive, who can be kinda trusted in the Eastern European region, several European teams have already shown interest in acquiring the team's captain Blitz. However, my friends, it seems unlikely that such a move will happen easily and quickly. The players have expressed a strong preference to stick together, and they appear to feel more comfortable playing as a unit. For now, it looks like the Mongolz will remain intact, but the growing interest from other teams is worth keeping an eye on. And another major star who captured attention is obviously Flames from Gamer Legion. And rumors suggest that 3 Eastern European orgs are already interested in buying out his contract. The question is where he will end up. Fans are hopeful he'll join a team that can fully realize his potential. There has been speculation about possible roster changes in Aurora, Parivision and BB Team, all of which could be strong fits. Virtus.Pro is also a potential contender, though their recent inconsistent performances raise concerns about whether they could harm Flames' career rather than help it flourish. But I mean, my guys, just imagine this: Virtus.Pro kick someone out, sign Flames and sign Blitz, for example. In terms of firepower, with this move they could become one of the best in the world. But honestly, I think it's highly unlikely. Now, my friends, let's talk about something else. For example, about HLTV awards, which are just around the corner. HLTV has already announced the nominees across various categories, so let's take a closer look. The Creator of the Year nominees include Anomaly, Shock, the founder and owner of Cybershock, VeryCS2 and many others. In the Streamer of the Year category, standouts include Aonkir, Flom, Golas and Stu 2K. However, something tells me that this year the award will go to Onipixel. HLTV also revealed nominees for Skin of the Year, featuring 2 M4A1S skins, a Glock and a UMP from the new collection, as well as an AK, OP, Zeus and a USP from the Kilowatt. As for the Tournament of the Year, nominees include IM Katowice, Yala Compass, surprisingly Blast Spring Finals, Blast Fall Finals, IM Cologne and 2 majors, Copenhagen and the Shanghai one. Finally, the Talent of the Year includes James Banks, Just Harry, Pimp, Sponge, Launders, Yang and Mouz. The event itself will take place on the 11th of January in Belgrade. My friends, don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below, not just about the creators or streamers of the year, but also about the players from top 20. Because yeah, it's gonna be decided pretty soon. Speaking of media outlets, my friends, it's just my personal thing I want to tell you. So previously we mentioned in one of our videos that Dust2.us had completely let go of their staff due to financial difficulties faced by both Dust2.us and HLTV's owners. But my guys, well, now they're just back to hiring new employees. They're looking for a copywriter, administrator and a caster. The community's reaction was rough, mostly because of the way they kicked their previous staff and now they just want to hire new, which is not cool to be honest. And also, since we've mentioned PGL, we can't skip discussing the new rules they're introducing for their tournaments starting next year. So PGL announced that beginning in 2025, prize money from their tournaments will be paid out within 2 weeks, which is basically their killer feature, because basically most of the tournament operators often take like 90 to 120 days to distribute winnings, which leads to significant delays for players. Additionally, PGL announced a rescheduling of one of their tournaments. Instead of hosting an event in Buenos Aires, they will now have 2 in Romania, in Cluj-Napoca and another in Bucharest. On another note, tickets for PGL Astana sold out in just 1 day and are already being resold on secondary markets. However, the orgs have assured the fans that a second wave of tickets will be released soon. This would basically be the first S-tier tournament in the Eastern European region in a long time, making it highly anticipated by the community. So cool news. By the way, my friends, did you know that Valve recently updated their Twitter banner because of Just Harry? That's right, the new banner features a rather peculiar smoke on Vertigo inspired by the recent viral meme involving Just Harry's smoke. The smoke is so absurd that it extinguishes any Molotov thrown behind the cement area on Vertigo. So yeah, it's a pretty fun thing, but some fans interpreted this move as a hint that Vertigo might soon be removed from the game. However, I highly doubt it. It's just a playful nod to the community's creativity and humor, so don't expect Vertigo to be kicked. It's not gonna happen. I mean, I hope. And now, my friends, before diving into the matches, let's find out who the major participants think will take the title of the #1 player in the world. So the voting results are quite clear. 15 out of 24 players chose Monesy, 5 votes went to Donk, and only 4 were for Zyvu. Monesy seems confident about securing the top spot. However, he isn't letting this distract him. He's staying focused and continuing to play at his usual high level, letting his performance speak for itself. But honestly, about this World's Best Player award, I think the major will have its final say. Whoever wins it wins the award, because the competition is too close, and I'm super excited to see what's coming. And now, my friends, let's talk about the playoff stage of the Shanghai Major, as it began in a grand fashion with Pasha Biceps carrying the trophy to the stage. Shortly after, the teams took to the arena, kicking things off with a showdown between the phenomenal squad from Mongolia and the young talents from Mouz. Interestingly, the match made history as the youngest playoff match in Major history, with both teams fielding some of the freshest faces in the scene. The action began on Ancient, the Mongolz' map pick, and it started with a bang. In the very first round, 9-10 clutched a 2v4, giving the Mongolz an early lead. At 3-0, Mzinyu pulled off a miraculous 1v3, maintaining the momentum. Mouz struggled to respond, with Brolin attempting a clutch of his own, but falling short. start. The first half ended 9-3 in favor of the Mongolz, with Techno's impressive 1v2 clutch. The second half saw Mouz fighting back, taking the first 2 rounds before 9-10 struck again with a critical triple kill. The Mongolz reached the map point, but then Mouz began to come back, winning 5 consecutive rounds and pushing the game to overtimes. Once there, Mouz's defense proved nearly impenetrable, securing them victory on the Mongolz' map pick. The second map was Nuke, and it started much like the first one, with the Mongolz dominating early. They stormed to 6-0, nearly grabbing the 7th, but Mouz turned the tide. A pivotal 3v5 clutch brought Mouz back into the game. They took 3 rounds in a row. Kjaerbye delivered a stunning quadro kill and closed the half at 7-5. Switching sides, the Mongolz seemed to lose their footing. Mouz capitalized on this, winning 4 rounds straight to take the lead. And despite all the efforts from the Mongolz to mount a comeback, Mouz's defense was just too strong. They shutted the Mongolz down and secured the series. And my friends, the Mongolz leave the tournament with their heads held high, delivering an incredible performance despite their limited experience on such a massive stage, and it's basically worth a whole documentary. Or maybe a sports drama. While nerves may have played a role in their defeat, especially in front of a live arena, their run remains a remarkable achievement and a sign of great things to come for this talented roster. The next playoffs match brought us a thrilling clash between Team Spirit and Team Liquid. The action kicked off on Anubis, Liquid's pick, and it started with a bang again. Zontex delivered a triple kill in the pistol round, putting Spirits ahead early. However, Ultimate struck back in the second round with a stunning 1v3 clutch and a triple kill of his own, which prevented Spirit from building a significant lead. Liquid capitalized on this and took 2 rounds in a row, but then, well, then Donk came. First, he landed a triple kill, an amazing one, and then it was followed by a breathtaking ace. Oh my god, friends, what a player he is. But you know what? Liquid held their ground with another 2-round streak, and the first half ended in a tie with a crucial 1v2 clutch by Zontex. The second half began with Donk once again stealing the spotlight, pulling off another ace. At this point, we just wondered, could anyone stop this guy? Energized by Donk's heroics, Spirit stormed through 6 consecutive rounds and reached the map point. I mean, honestly, Liquid tried to fight back, with Ultimate pulling off another triple kill, but it just wasn't enough. Moving on to Dust 2, Spirit continued to dominate. They had the early rounds with 3-1. And despite Ykinder trying to come back, Liquid could only manage their first streak of rounds at 7-2. And then JKS clutched a crucial round to close the half. After the side switch, Twist shone in the pistol round, but Spirit immediately responded with a force buy and a devastating 5-round streak. So they got to the map point. But you know what? Liquid refused to go quietly. They mounted a comeback, with Twist single-handedly winning the 11th round for his team. Fans were bracing for overtimes, but Donk had other plans. In the final round, he delivered a decisive triple kill, sealing the map and the series for Spirit. The next day brought us another quarterfinal matchup, G2 taking on Heroic. The action kicked off on Ancient, with Heroic picking the map. G2 started strong, winning the pistol round and follow-up with a flawless full buy round, mostly thanks to Nico's crucial kill, giving them a 3-0 lead. However, things got rocky for G2. First, Monesy failed to clutch in a 1v3, and then he lost another clutch to Tassus after accidentally burning himself in his own Molotov. These mistakes allowed Heroic to gain momentum, taking the lead as G2 struggled to recover. Nico stepped up with a massive triple kill in a key round, but Heroic still led 7-5 at the halftime. After the side switch, G2 couldn't stop Heroic's aggressive pushes, dropping 5 consecutive rounds and eventually losing the map. Heroic secured their pick with a commanding finish. Nuke, G2's pick, didn't start in their favor. Heroic took the pistol round and the subsequent force buy, only conceding the first gun round. However, they bounced back immediately as Shush completely shut down G2's push, and later he won a 3v5. Heroic showed their determination to advance, while G2 struggled to find their rhythm. But then the Samurai finally remembered that Nuke was their map pick, managing to win a 3v5 of their own, but the momentum was short-lived. and then Kjaerbye just knifed Mongolz, demoralizing G2. At one point, G2 trailed 2-6, but they managed to pull themselves together and took 2 rounds in response, and then forced Heroic to eco. However, Dexter's team capitalized on a smart lobby push and won the eco round as well, leaving G2 frustrated. Yet, despite the setbacks, G2 regained some composure towards the end of the first half, closing it out with a manageable 5-7 score. In the second half, Heroic stormed B, and Mongolz was unable to capitalize on his position and subsequently lost the pistol round. But in the following one, Nico pulled out a signature Desert Eagle and delivered a stunning triple kill, securing the force buy for G2. This play sparked a 6-round streak for the Samurai, with Monesy shining with a quadro kill to keep the momentum alive. G2 also took revenge for Mongolz, with Nico knifing Dexter to even the score. Heroic's only round on the T side came from a clutch by Kjaerbye in a 2v3. However, Nico stepped up once again with another triple kill to bring G2 to map point. And then G2 sealed the map shortly after. So the series came down to the decider, Mirage. After such an intense second map, expectations were high for an evenly matched battle, and you know what guys, that's exactly what we got. Heroic started strong, they dominated the early rounds and took it to 4-1. However, G2 put themselves together and responded with a 4-round streak of their own. And just when it seemed like G2 had found their stride, Dexter stepped up as the raid boss, clutching a 1v3 and keeping Heroic in the fight. But even despite Dexter's heroics, they couldn't secure the first half, so it was 6-6. After switching sides, Heroic once again asserted themselves, racing to 9-6. But G2's Mongolz had other plans. He delivered an incredible quadro kill and kickstarted the 3-round streak for his team. It was a tie once again. Here, Dexter continued to battle, clutching a 1v2, but Snacks immediately countered it with a clutch of his own, keeping the game deadlocked. This amazing back and forth inevitably led to overtimes. So the extra rounds began with the Nerds pulling off a stunning quadro, but Mongolz wasn't done yet. He clutched a 1v3 of his own and put G2 on top. And that was basically the moment when Heroic lost their footing, where G2 capitalized and they took the remaining 3 rounds and closed the map. With this hard-fought victory, G2 eliminated Heroic and advanced to the semi-finals. And it was one hell of a match. A truly epic series. The last quarterfinal matchup was Faze versus Vitality, starting on Nuke. The action began with Flames securing the pistol round for Vitality with a triple kill, setting the tone for their dominance early on. Vitality effortlessly strung together 6 consecutive rounds, with Spinks and Flames each delivering 4 kills in back-to-back rounds and extending their lead. At 8-0, Faze finally found their footing. Frozen stepped up with a crucial triple kill to secure their first round, and Robs followed up with another impactful round win. So they basically ended the first half 8-4 in favor of Vitality. Switching sides, Vitality maintained their momentum, winning the pistol rounds and the force buy and pushing the score to 10-4. Faze responded with 2 rounds of their own, but Flames was just unstoppable. In a solo effort, he cracked open the A site and just closed out the map, leaving Faze stunned on their own map pick. Once again, Vitality started strong, winning the pistol round, as Spinks delivered a triple kill, including a knife kill. In the next round, Kjaerbye tried to avenge his teammate, but fell short, while Flames responded with an ace to secure the round for Vitality. Vitality pushed their lead to 4-1, and then Robs stepped up for Faze, sparking a 6-round streak that turned the tide and put Faze ahead. The first half concluded with a 7-5 lead for Faze, showing their ability to bounce back under pressure. Switching sides, Faze continued their momentum, taking the pistol round and the follow-up. However, Vitality struck back with their own force buy, clawing their way into the game. Monesy did great with a quadro kill against an eco round, but Faze quickly regained control. In a crucial moment, Kjaerbye and Frozen pulled off a 2v4, which swung the momentum back in Faze's favor. They secured the next 3 rounds and closed out Mirage, taking down Vitality Vitality on their map pick, so we're up for a decider. A brilliant comeback from Faze, and it all came down to Anubis. Vitality once again claimed the pistol round, this time thanks to Monesy, which set them up for a 3-1 lead. However, their momentum was halted by Frozen, who delivered a stunning quadro kill to shut Vitality's B-side push. This play kickstarted a dominant streak for Faze as they won 7 consecutive rounds on defense. Vitality managed to rally near the end of the half, even winning a 2v4 clutch, but the final round of the half still went to Faze. So Faze clan was in control. Switching sides, Faze continued to dominate, taking the first 3 rounds and extending their lead. Just when it seemed like Faze would run away with it, Xivu stepped up, finally, landing a crucial triple kill to stabilize Vitality's economy. Thanks to it, they secured a streak of 3. At 11-7, Faze opted for an eco round. In a shocking display, they won it with just pistols, pushing themselves to match point. And in the final round, Faze decisively took down Xivu and the rest of Vitality, sealing the map and the series. Robs was undeniably the MVP of Anubis, finishing with astonishing 2.0 rating. His performance was nothing short of legendary. I mean, now my friends, I'm thinking, could Faze actually win the major? Tell me and share your thoughts in the comments below, let's discuss. Still, there's one thing that is clear, Xivu won't be crowned the #1 player of the year. So Faze clan moves on and Vitality's run ends. So next we have Mouz versus Team Spirit and G2 versus Faze clan. Oh my friends, that's all for today, thank you for watching, I am so hyped up with this major you can't even imagine. Don't forget to hit the like button, to follow the channel and leave a comment with whatever you like. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.